What's up, guys? This is the Gospel according to Mark with a C. He is I and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. And I want to take some time out of my day to wish everyone a happy Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you and all that jazz. Listen, guys, unfortunately, I spent a good part of my day working. But when I wasn't working, I was checking my Twitter page and everything. And I ended up going back and forth with a few people who didn't appreciate one of my tweets. And it's very enlightening to me, like just watching the whole thing and how people just come for you, like with guns blazing and, just missing every shot, but just swearing that they're hitting you. And it's just like, dude, listen, I have no animosity, towards people, you know what I mean? Towards everyday people. My beef is with Disney Lucasfilm and what they're doing with Star Wars. That's it. I'm not here to be fighting with you, man. I have no time for it, man. I really, really don't. But these people just swear they're doing something and they're hurting something, and you're just not, man. It's like, can't you see that this is the problem right here? Intolerance is the problem. Not respecting people's points of view. For God's sake, man, if you don't like a movie, it's okay. It's like, I don't understand what is up with the extreme anger and the rage and all that stuff. Like, seriously. But you know what? I don't go too hard on them because, I remember it wasn't that long ago when I saw The Force Awakens. And this is going to be like kind of a shout out to everybody back then who had a problem with The Force Awakens. Like, as soon as it came out, there were people right from the trailer, right from the teaser, who said, no, no, no. And right then, they faced a backlash, you know what I mean, for The Force Awakens. And people said, oh, you got a problem with it because it's a black stormtrooper, it's Finn, and, all that shit was going on, you know what I mean? And it's like, I didn't perceive back then what the problem was. But I didn't attack anybody for not liking The Force Awakens. You know what I mean? I just lay back in the cut and I'm thinking to myself, okay, we'll see. And when I saw it, I still didn't get it. You know what I mean? It's like I look right at them rehash A New Hope. You know what I'm saying? It's like I look right at them copy the plot points and, and even worse, I watched them as they killed Han Solo in the most disrespectful way. And I still told myself, well, they're probably going somewhere with all this. Even though it totally got past me somehow, I wasn't making the connection that them killing Han Solo in The Force Awakens right then and there meant that we were never going to get any type of reunion whatsoever with Han, Luke, and Leia, and Chewbacca and Lando, which is really what I wanted to see. It wasn't that I thought the new trilogy was going to be about them exclusively. What I thought was that they were going to do a good job of passing on the torch, because let's face it, all of those actors are getting older. We're all getting older. For God's sake, when Star Wars started, many of us weren't even born, you know what I mean? But here we are. So it's like, clearly all of us are getting older. Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, Harrison Ford, they couldn't have lived forever. So what I was hoping for is that we were going to get a good passing of the torch type story, you know what I mean? So for me, that kills the whole narrative that people are saying that, oh, you're just mad because you wanted a rehash of the original trilogy. Well, go watch the original trilogy. Get the fuck out of here with that. That's not what it's about. You know what I mean? And you're hearing that from me. You're hearing that from somebody who objects to the direction of Disney Lucasfilm. But that's okay. You don't let me actually telling you how I feel stop you from telling me how I feel, But anyway, like I said, The Force Awakens somehow got past me, and I want to shout out everybody who knew from jump, who knew from the minute they saw the teaser that something was wrong, and then everyone who said after the movie came out that something was wrong. People like me were still saying that, let's see where it's going. It's okay. Stop hating and everything. If I can admit that now, I don't know why people just can't fall back. It's kind of like what's going on with Game of Thrones. It's like, I like that last episode of Game of Thrones, but I'm listening to all of the critics of that last episode of Game of Thrones, and I'm thinking to myself, you know what? They're actually right. I couldn't see shit for about 99.9% of that episode. You know what I mean? And then, yeah, it was kind of a buzzkill to have Arya kill the Night King instead of Jon Snow, because this is kind of what the series has all been building up to. I gave it a pass because obviously I love Arya. I've loved her from the very beginning. So I wasn't like on some, crying foul when it happened and everything. But I objectively and respectfully listened to the critics of the episode. And even though I enjoyed the episode and I'm still on board with Game of Thrones, well, fuck, they're right. You know what I mean? It was too dark. Yes, it was. It was wrong of what they did, how they killed the Night King and got rid of the White Walkers that way. It's like, from the very beginning, we were being told that winter is coming. We dreaded this, so to have it happen that way, absolutely. So I'm not going to fight with people who didn't like the episode, who claims that this episode did a Last Jedi on the Game of Thrones, who did a Snoke on the Night King. They're fucking right. Even though I did enjoy the episode, I'm not going to deny that they're right. So I don't get where these people are coming from when they just refuse to respect other people's observations of the plot holes in this new trilogy. You know what I mean? To the point where they want to go on other people's Twitter accounts. They want to go on other people's videos and comment sections and Facebook and all that bullshit. And they want to attack them, charging us, the critics, with breaking the fandom, even though you have Roundheaded Johnson on camera saying that he loves to split the fandom. They'll still say it's your fault because you didn't like the movie. I don't understand it, but all I can say is if episode 9 goes the way that I think it will, maybe you're going to have that aha moment that I had after seeing The Last Jedi that I didn't see when I watched The Force Awakens. You know what I mean? So it's almost like everyone comes to the truth in their own way. If they come to that truth, if they perceive it at all. You know what I mean? This just might be a classic trilogy for some people. They just might love it. And that's great. I would never take that away from anybody. I think most people say, hey, we wish we still had that love and feeling. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, we can't ignore the plot holes that we perceive. We can't ignore the way these people have attacked Star Wars fans, some Star Wars fans, over the way they perceive this movie. You know what I mean? It's been nothing but disrespect. It's been nothing but condescension. It's been nothing but, just, it's a mess. You know what I mean? And then Mark Hamill expresses his opinion and people turn on him. It's like, are people not seeing the wrong in this? Peter Mayhew just died. Episode 9 could be a very enjoyable movie, but it doesn't take away from the fact that, yes, there was a missed opportunity for the simple fact that people are beginning to pass away. We lost Kenny Baker. We lost Carrie Fisher. Now we just lost Peter Mayhew. We're losing these people, and nothing will take away from the fact that when Disney Lucasfilm took Star Wars and hired those people back at that moment in time, that was the last time you would ever get those people together again. Nothing can change that fact. So yes, it was a missed opportunity. It's just a fact. Accept it. It doesn't mean this or that. It's just what it is. It was a missed opportunity. You know what I mean? So on this Star Wars Day, on this May the 4th, I just wish that with all me might, as I blow the candles off of my cake when I get it, I wish that people would just get a little bit more understanding and open to other people's feelings, man. It's like we don't all have to agree, man, but we're all motivated by a love of Star Wars in this particular instance, So hopefully, somehow, some way, we can begin that process, of respecting each other's feelings and views. We don't have to respect each other's feelings, but at least views, man, because it's not worth fighting over like that, man. It's like I said, I'm very, very focused. Disney, Lucasfilm, and their so-called creative team is where I'm going. It's like I'm not looking to be fighting with other fans of Star Wars, So whatever, man. Anyway, like I said, guys, this is just my quick way of saying Happy Star Wars Day. May the Force be with you all. And of course, you can like, share, you can subscribe, you can catch me on Twitter, going back and forth sometimes with these people, but trying to stay respectful. All right, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on.